The town of Briarwood was so peaceful that even a barking dog could become the subject of gossip. But on a December night in 1998, Maple Lane suddenly fell into a state of alarm. Lisa Harrow, a 22-year-old, quiet, diligent librarian, vanished without leaving a single trace. Her car remained in the garage. Her phone sat on the table. The house door was locked from the inside. No signs of forced entry, no disturbed furniture, nothing missing. Only an eerie emptiness, cold as the breath of something unseen that had silently passed through. Police searched every lead, friends, co-workers, traffic cameras. All of it was useless. It was as if Lisa had evaporated into thin air. But one strange detail made it into the report. A neighbor claimed that on that night he heard a faint sound, like something being dragged across the floor. A long, intermittent scraping sound, then complete silence. When investigators checked the floor in Lisa's house, they found something far more disturbing. A section of the wooden boards had been worn down, as if something heavy had been dragged over that exact spot, over and over again. A week later, the forensic team widened the inspection. Behind Lisa's bookshelf, they found a thin, vertical crack running straight along the wall. Not a natural crack, it showed signs of pressure from behind the wall. This led to a horrifying suspicion. Inside the wall, there might be a hidden cavity, something not included in the house's original design. But at the time, no one had a warrant to break the wall open. While reviewing old property records, police discovered a truth the new homeowner had never known. In 1985, a 13-year-old boy had disappeared in this very house and was never found. No one ever connected the two cases until the crack in the wall appeared again. With a new search warrant, police broke through the wall. For a moment, silence hung heavy in the air. Then the flashlight beam revealed a pitch-black void. Inside was a room only 3 meters by 2 meters. No door, only a small ventilation hole covered with steel mesh. Dust thickly coated every surface, the air reeking of mold. A small wooden bed sat against the wall, torn restraints scattered across the floor. And the thing that made everyone shiver. Hundreds of carved tally marks covering the walls. Dates, lines, scratches, stretching from 1985 all the way to 1998. Crime scene analysis concluded that at least 2 people had lived or been imprisoned in that room at different times. One mold stain on the wall matched the height of a child. Another matched that of an adult. Both shared the same fate, both trapped in a room that never saw the sky. When investigators examined the ventilation grate, they found strands of fabric tied together, like someone had tried to fashion a makeshift rope. DNA matched Lisa Harrow. But that was impossible. She had been missing for only a week, while the room had clearly been unused for decades. Unless someone had returned to use the room again. A man living across the street claimed that one night he saw a faint light inside Lisa's house, long after she had vanished. The light looked like a handheld lantern, and after the light flickered, he heard a soft, rhythmic tapping on the wall. Slow, steady, like a coded plea for help. Based on the architecture of the hidden room, investigators realized the person using it must have known the house's structure intimately. The previous owner before Lisa was Arthur Grayton, a reclusive construction worker. He sold the house and left town in 1999, just months after Lisa disappeared. But when police searched his identity, Arthur Grayton did not exist.
No tax records, no medical files, no residency documents, nothing. As if he was nothing more than a shadow. During the final inspection, an officer noticed a cold breeze rising from a crack beneath the hidden room's floor. When they broke through the tiles, they discovered a second chamber, smaller, deeper. Inside was a moldy notebook, its pages stuck together, handwriting shaky and uneven. Some lines were still readable. Day 4113. He came down again. Today he brought a lantern. He said time is running out. The notebook ended with one final sentence. Is anyone hearing me? Even with all the evidence, the case could not be solved. No bodies, no suspect, no direct proof. Only a room that existed for more than a decade, where two people were imprisoned, yet left almost no biological trace except for a few strands of fabric. The windowless room was sealed. The house was abandoned. Some people walking by still swear they hear tapping from inside the walls. 3 knocks each time. Slow, steady, unchanging. Case number 47 became one of the most haunting mysteries in Briarwood's history. No one knows where Lisa went. No one knows whether the boy from 1985 lived or died. And no one knows where the person who used that hidden room is today. But there is one thing they are certain of. If someone wanted to disappear from the world without leaving a trace, that windowless room was the perfect place. Each night, the wind slips through the old, cracked walls, creating a sound like someone whispering, "Is anyone hearing me?"